Margaret Simro. I am the hospital director for Bishop Ranch Veterinary Center in San Ramon, California. I've been in the position of leading this practice for over 20 years. And in that time, we have grown our hospital from a small 6-doctor, 4-doctor practice to one that's over 15 doctors. The summer of 2021, we were coming off of a challenging year, just like every other veterinary practice in America, with dealing with COVID, and really worked hard on just kind of really getting through the day with our entire management team. And as a result of that, we lost some key members of our management team rather quickly, and basically just burnt out. And it was at that point where I felt like every year was kind of the same, and we needed to do something different.
I've been in management for a couple of years now, first a lead and then a manager after that. And going through training and learning the skills to be a good manager is always difficult.
How do you provide fair feedback? How do you provide constructive feedback in a way that is, just setting you up for that to be received well and to be based on fact and help somebody to further their progress and develop?
Prior to this training or our engagement with our staff, if a staff member was performing poorly, so let's say they were poor attendance or late to every shift is a great example. So they're late to every shift and another coworker would go to their lead saying, this person's late all the time. It's really frustrating.
I think the morale before I went into management, I thought the floor was fine. Interactions with staff would be okay, and then you go into upper management and you find that maybe people are feeling a certain type of way and morale is kind of low.
It's made a lot of people who were very unsatisfied with their work day and with how things were flowing.
Millennials coming into the workforce, they need frequent feedback. They need to be held accountable. They want to be held accountable. They want to work for companies and do that consistently, and consistently has always been our challenge. Like, it's just hard. Veterinary medicine is a fast pace, especially our practice, and it's hard to do that. I reached out to some of my own resources, and I found Deb Calvert. The initial reason I kind of engaged with her the first time was I really liked her website and just making it really simple, because I think that management and people management can be simple, and really like some of the tools that she had available for everybody. What I did is I had a meeting and we used some of these tools that Deb had available, and just kind of got into it with that. I explored Deb's resources a little bit more, and she had a course that pretty much our entire leadership team could take. And so we started that, I believe, in June of last year. It was a pretty big commitment of time. When we started with this, I remember my first call with Deb. We'd engaged, and we had been probably working on the online training for, I want to say probably about a month. And I shared with her just some challenges we were having with myself, and just, figuring out what the next steps was for our practice. And I remember her saying, we can engage with this, but do realize that your team may change.
Deb Calvert has been working with our entire leadership team over the past several months to help us create a better work environment for our current staff, as well as anyone new to join our team.
And what Deb brings to the team in terms of being able to really enhance what really makes a leader, and the growth that I have gotten through not only her training that started about 9 months ago, but to some really intensive training specifically on leadership has been incredible.
It's definitely helped me to really focus on the positive reinforcement and celebrating the wins, and really just motivating and encouraging my team through what they bring to the table, and learning how to ask those questions and learning how to coach in comparison to how to manage. And that's been a lot of what's come out of my coaching calls with Deb. And it's just provided me with a skill set that I think has maybe the strongest I've ever been. And I think that there's only room to grow from here. And so I'm really excited to continue to use these tools and develop my style and continue to develop more people on my team and motivate others.
One of the tools that Deb has helped us construct is our company's professional standards. Our entire leadership team have collaboratively come together with our most important professional standards that we want ourselves to uphold, as well as the entire company.
So the number one thing I think that as we come around this corner is that we've allowed our staff to hold each other accountable. The leads are more able to hold the staff accountable. It's just so much easier. We don't have ongoing nagging performance issues that should have been addressed and haven't been for so long. The staff are holding, even staff members who haven't received Deb's training but have had a lead held them accountable. They are now holding their others accountable.
And since starting training with Deb, I've noticed that our staff feel more empowered to go to each other with these issues that they're finding in their everyday interactions rather than coming to management first, which has really improved the culture.
You learn to see that they have other skills outside of their place here that they can apply here, if that makes sense. So I have some direct reports who really love organizing. That's what they really, really enjoy. And so when I do my check-ins, I'm like, well, this thing needs organizing. So is that a project you'd like to take on? They're like, oh my God, yeah, I've been waiting for you to ask me. And I'm like, oh, well then here you go. Have at it. Let me know what you need, but we'll touch base along the way. And I just need these sort of things. I'll be coming at you with maybe bigger picture questions. But as far as that, this is your project to kind of take care of and release when we're ready.
Because everyone's commitment, it was really gratifying to know that we were actually on the right path when we actually had our staff come to me and share that they say, they could actually see that we were changing and addressing their concerns, and they really felt it was a much better place than it was a year ago or 2 years ago. And so that is in part really to a great decision and picking and finding Deb and just taking that leap, and then also everyone's commitment to just processing and learning those processes and holding each other accountable. It's easy to say you got to do this, but if you actually have to do it, not.
When you first came in, Deb, I wasn't sure what we were in for, what was going to be happening. Everyone always thinks that their workplace is perfect. But then they see, once we start doing our workshops, as we start talking with the whole team, where all the gaps in learning and communication and accountability are. And then it just helped form us all into such a better team and working more cohesively together. So absolutely, I'd recommend it for any business.
They all really committed to that and really exceeded my expectations on what how we came out of this training and how we continue to just grow and apply all these things that we've learned or been reminded of. Every lead or manager worked so diligently on making sure that their team, their direct reports, felt heard in the midst of a busy practice.
I think that the coaching and the training that I've received has instilled a level of confidence that I didn't have before. And it has just deeply resonated with me because it's a people-first approach. And this is really about leading a team, setting expectations and managing a business, but leading a team through putting their needs first and through looking at people as individuals and finding their strengths and the tools and the ways in which you do that.
What really comes down to being successful in business or whatever that means is to really invest in the people that you are managing. Finding those different tools to motivate them and talk to them in a way that provides them feedback and expectation. And Deb has done that with her training, not only with the workplace conversations, but also with the leadership challenge. And I am forever grateful.
With the professional standards that we have in place now, it is a way for our entire team to show our staff, new and incoming, that this is the way our veterinary hospital functions, and what we expect from them, they should also expect from their leadership team. We do what we say we will do, we won't talk about you without you, and we turn setbacks into comebacks.
And I've also noticed that the leads themselves feel more empowered and more engaged to participate and give their feedback and take real ownership of the work that they're doing. And I think that's a direct result of the teachings that we have received from Deb, that's just empowered us to in turn empower them. And I've really noticed a big improvement in that, and I'm really happy with our progress.
It's a complete 180 from how it used to be and how everything was run, and the happiness of the staff, the happiness and better communication of all the departments, everything is all contributed back to like you, Deb, and your training. So it's been really good. It's been a very positive change.
Don't expect to see things overnight, but if you're really committed and your team's committed and you guys are all on the same page from the get-go that, yeah, this is going to be hard, but a lot of good things are worth working for. So if you guys just keep at it, I think you'll be able to sort of complete the vision that maybe you guys all collectively created together.